Well, Donald Trump Jr. back on the witness stand today in the civil fraud trial against the Trump Organization.
All right, this time Trump Jr. testifying on behalf of the defense. Fox 5's Ashley Rodriguez was inside the courtroom and joins us live from Lower Manhattan with what took place today. Ashley.
Hey, Steve and Natasha, so we did not expect it, but Don Jr. was really able to charm the judge today. He had Judge Arthur Engoron smiling, cracking up at his jokes, really engaged by his testimony. And the testimony centered around the Trump Organization, its history, and of course its great visionary, former President Donald Trump. Now, as you can imagine, the prosecution did not like that very much. Initially, they tried to object to the defense and Don Jr. pretty much giving a sales pitch with a slideshow, but the judge responded saying, let him go ahead and talk about how great the Trump Organization is. And that's exactly what Don Jr. did. He gave long answers, starting with the company's first project in Manhattan, the Grand Hyatt Hotel in 1976, all the way to more recent developments like ultra-luxury residences and, of course, the premier golf courses in Scotland, L.A., and Florida. And he boasted about how his father had the genius and ability to add value to properties in ways that other people had never thought of before, like, for example, putting gyms in residential buildings. Now, the defense clearly trying to prove that the Trump Organization didn't have to inflate its worth by $2 billion, as the Attorney General claims. And when the prosecution was called to cross-examine Don Jr., it was surprisingly short. Even he expected more heat. Take a listen.
Listen, I sort of a boring cross-exam. I thought they were going to go somewhere, but I think they understand that they have nothing as it relates to a case other than, I guess, an overzealous attorney general who would destroy all of New York business by going after transactions where there are no victims, I guess, other than herself. But you guys have got to think about the precedent that this case sets. If an attorney general can, years later, after all parties of transactions are paid back in full, with interest, making hundreds of millions of dollars, where they have no complaint, where they said they wouldn't have done anything differently, it's a witch hunt. It always has been.
So the Attorney General, Letitia James, trying to make the Trump Organization pay $250 million in damages. And she also wants to ban Trump and his sons from ever doing real estate in New York again. Remember, there is no jury in this case. It is all up to Judge Engoron. The trial continues tomorrow. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Ashley, thank you.